Hello and welcome to your newest lesson from us over here at fullskillsexamprep.com. This is the number 7 question from the ICCRC, and we'll show you how to answer it. So let's take a look over here. The ICCRC gave you the sample questions. If you go through here, we described this in our first video, how to get to these questions, by the way. Okay, remember they give you these questions and they're great because it shows you what it looks like on the actual exam. It's pretty interesting and you can test out your knowledge. However, they didn't provide you with answers, which is why we're making these videos, and they didn't give you references either, which we do for you here and in all of our books as well. And they aren't updated, but your exam is updated, so that's where you have a little bit of an issue. Okay, like I told you before, all of our books are updated. We always have the answers and the corresponding references. We have 300 questions as well, and we give you feedback. There's a feedback matrix when you do these books as well, so you can see your strengths and weaknesses. So go to our website, fullskillsexamprep.com, to order your books, or we have more free lessons for you as well. Okay, this question here, we have number 7. The scenario is Ernie was retained by Mark to reinstate his study permit. On the day he was retained, Ernie had only 7 days left to get the reinstatement application filed at the CPC in Vegreville. Ernie completed the application but forgot to forward it. The 7 days have now passed and Mark is out of status. Ernie can only rectify this matter by submitting a new application to a visa post abroad. What else must he do? The potential answers we have: A, he must advise Mark that he can file for leave for judicial review in the Federal Court of Canada. B, he must return all the fees paid to Mark and also pay any out-of-pocket expenses incurred by Mark. C, he must notify the regulator that he has committed a serious error on a file which may affect the compensation fund. And D, he must immediately notify his insurer and Mark and advise him to seek independent advice regarding his rights. Okay, so take a minute and think about which answer you would put in this one here, and then we'll do our analysis right afterwards. Alright, so let's take a look at the scenario. The important parts in here, they have quite a few. So you can see that Ernie was retained by Mark. That's the first one. So you know that he's a member of the ICCRC, so maybe something in there with that. We can tell that he has a study permit, so he's here legally, and that's perfect. And then we have time as well, so he has only 7 days left. Something with the time. We have Ernie completed the application but forgot to forward it, so probably a breach of the ICCRC code. And then the aftermath, so what happened because of that. Okay, if you look at page 5 of your test day data book, you can find the answer right away. If you don't have this, that's okay as well. You can take a look at the ICCRC code of conduct. Alright, so they have step-by-step instructions about what to do in these situations. Okay, so you can see that the first step is to promptly inform the client, seek advice from the ICCRC Practice Management Unit if needed, recommend that the client gets legal advice somewhere else, advise the client that he cannot work for him anymore, of course. And the newer ones, he has to inform the errors and omissions insurance provider, and then inform the ICCRC that the errors and omissions insurance provider has been informed. So when we go back to this question now, you could probably figure out the answer just from that. Okay, if you have not changed your answer, you probably have the right answer, but let's take a look at each one. We'll see if we have the correct answer. We'll see why, of course, each answer is correct or incorrect as well. So for A, do you think A is correct or incorrect? If you said incorrect, you are correct. Okay, so as we saw from the previous example there, he can't give any more immigration advice to Mark. Okay, return all the fees and all that stuff. It might be a nice thing to do. And most people probably would, but it's not in the code of conduct. So it's not remember the question is, what else must Ernie do? Okay, for C, notify the regulator. The regulator is the ICCRC. And it says 18.2 says where needed. So C and D, you might think that C is the answer, but it's actually D, because as we saw, the code of conduct follows this exactly. So remember to read your code of conduct really, really, really thoroughly so that you can answer questions like this very quickly. And as we said, each step is given by the ICCRC code of conduct. Remember as well that some words change the meaning of the question. So when we look at this one here, what else must Ernie do? That's very different from what else can Ernie do. If it was can, he could do B, C, or D, but it's must. So that's why D is the only correct answer. Okay, well, a big thank you from both of us here at fullskillsexamprep.com, from myself and Lizette. Thanks for letting us help you pass the ICCRC Full Skills exam again. And come visit our website and Facebook site. And we look forward to hearing from you by email. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a great day.